Okay, now let's start to build our Python program to brute force get the password of the main user. First, we need to identify what library we need, because it's a web interface, right? We need to send the open the URL, so we need the URL lab, and with the API we see just now, right? We need to fill in a parameter, which is the password. So we need to send the request. Then we go to the URL request documents. Okay, we find the request function. Okay, in the request function, there are two important parameters. One is the URL, one is the data. When we are trying to use this web API, the front part are fixed. So this part will be the URL. Then the 123, which is the password we are trying. This one we replace with different password in the dictionary, and this one is the data. Now we know which library we need. Then we need to identify what function we need. So to try the API, right, we need to open it. Then we use the open URL open function. You can search the URL open here. Then we need to identify what should we handle the exception when the exception happens. For example, if we try 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, right, it will show the username and password incorrect. So if we get this response, we need to try the next one until we get the correct one. Now we can build our brute force attack function and loop calling it, try the password one by one. Then we copy the dictionary and our program together, then run it. Okay, let me show you the program. Okay, this is the program. So in this program, as you can see, we import the URL lab and the request lab. Then we set the IP address based on the question. At the same time, we use the dictionary to try several thousands of passwords one by one. Okay, you can see here, right? We have 10 million passwords in it. When you try to solve, right, you can also download several different free password dictionary from the internet. Okay, now we set this dictionary. Now we want to read the dictionary into a list, then try it one by one. So we open the file, right, with the read mode, then read line by line. Each line is a password. Then we read it into a password list. Now let's build the loop. Okay, so we try every password. Before we use the password, right, we need to remove the space of the password string. Then we copy this is a URL, right? We copy the URL here. Then replace the IP address here. And then pass in the password to build the URL. After we finish, right, we call the open the URL. When the server responds, we can get some data. Right here we print the data. So if we find that, as we showed just now, if we use a wrong password when we run it, we will get this message. Okay, so we check if this message is in the response data. If in the response data, right, we continue. If not, then we show the current password. So this is how we use a Python program to brute force the admin user's password in a web. Okay, now let's run our program to see. Okay, you can see start to try different password. Oops. After run a short while, right, we can see that we find the password, which is Coca-Cola. Okay, now let's copy the password into it. Okay, press submit. As you can see, we successfully log in, right? And we can see the, so here, right, we can find the flag